sitting here contemplating. Have you ever wondered, should I do a thing? Well, I'm going to do a thing. Check me out on my new YouTube channel, Just Lovely Living. Look forward to seeing you there. That was me, November 2nd, 2025. I started my new YouTube channel. I had faith in myself. I knew this is what I've been wanting to do, and I got started right where I was. I didn't want to wait till the new year. That was 2 months later. I just got started. And you can do the same thing too. Do you find yourself saying, I'll wait until Monday, or I'll wait until the beginning of the month? And now you let time pass and I'll start during the new year. Just start is what we're saying. Just start is all you have to do right where you are. What is your destination? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? Do you have a clear path for that? And maybe you don't even know that destination from point A to point B, but it's a journey. But you have to start that journey somewhere. And I want to encourage you to start today. We are into the new year. You may already be saying that I missed the deadline to get started. It's never too late to get started because you can start. You get to determine when your first is going to be that day, whether it's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, a Thursday, or it may be the first of the month. You get to decide that date for yourself. So I want to talk about this. I want to hear from you in the comments below. What have you been putting off that you've been telling yourself you're going to do it at a future date and you have not started that goal today? I want to hear from you in the comments. So let's talk about it. Hello everyone, my name is Tanya and I started this channel to document my journey towards early retirement to do some slow traveling. And my hope is that I can support you and other women over 50 who would like to do the same, to leave their 9 to 5 so that you can move into early retirement with intentions. Through strategic planning, practical tools, and a community like we are building right here on this channel, we're creating a space for slow, meaningful travel to live a life on our own terms. I want to take a moment to recap some of the videos that I've done over the past 2 months. And there are a total of 6 videos that I just wanted to recap. You know, this is that time of the year that we naturally take a pause to evaluate where we are and look at how we can improve something to move forward in our goals. So there are 6 of my videos that I'm going to cover today. Investing with intentions. 2, get comfortable with solo traveling with a group. 3, make a list of potential locations you would like to visit based on your interest. 4, get your documents in order. 5, downsizing, putting things into storage and getting rid of things that are no longer serving you. And number 6 is preparing your mind. These are in no particular order. You definitely want to start with your mindset first. Now, in the past, I've done some traveling for business, and the path was pretty much laid out for me. I knew where I was going, and of course, the trip was paid for, so it was no stress in planning for that trip. But planning for myself seems a little strange. You know, I've got to be conscious of the budget, where I want to go, how long I want to go for, and is it a safe location for me? So these are just some of the things that I'm thinking of as I start some of my slow travel for this year. As I look at my early retirement, by all means, I'm not in a position just to drop everything, go sit out on the beach, sip a cocktail, and that's it. You know, retirement looks different for everyone. Whether you're working part-time, you're working as a consultant, or maybe you have a pension or Social Security that can cover all of your expenses. Notice over time that I've retired a couple of times. I've retired from my military career. And when you look at retirement, you're letting go of one thing and maybe you're stepping into another. So I retired my military career, you know, and looking at retirement, I want to think of it as transition. I've made several transitions throughout my life. I started off in the military of 4 years, full-time active component, and I transitioned from full-time to a reservist. That was a transition. And then by the time 2010 came around, I officially retired from my military career and went into government contracts. That was another transition. So when I look at my life right now of looking to early retirement, it's just another transition. That's all it is for me. Now I'm at that stage where I'm ready to wind down everything and leave the 9 to 5 and make my own schedule, do some of the things that I want to do. So as I prepare for my early retirement, there are some steps that I'm looking to do before I step out and do some slow traveling. So let's take a look at my first step was to put my money into different buckets. I'm currently working for a company that offers the 403B, which is a retirement plan, putting money there, looking at some of my stocks and how I'm putting my money into the different stocks. I'm dedicating $100 a month to build my portfolio of my stocks. And then also do some savings, right? I just booked a trip, a first solo trip for the new year, and I actually saved $40 a night. So it's a 3-night trip. So I'm going to use that savings towards either taking care of some of my debt or putting it into the bucket for my slow travels. Second, I've explored some group traveling to practice my solo traveling, to get comfortable with being on my own. So I took 2 trips in 2025, one to Texas and one to Taiwan, where I met up with a group of people that I did not know. So it was sort of going on my own, but then being part of a group activities to get comfortable with that traveling. Third, I made a list of some potential locations that I would like to travel based on arts. Looking at some locations that focuses on museums and theaters, and that's something that you can do as well to make a list of places you would like to visit. Number 4 is gathering all of my documents. I found out that I need to fix some documents on my military records. So you want to gather all of that information in advance so when retirement does come around for you, you'll have all that information in order. Pulling your Social Security report, making sure that all of your years shows the money that you have earned over the years. Number 5, starting to downsize. I did place some of my bigger furniture into storage and I moved in with my son so that we can start saving some money. It made no sense, you know, he's independent, I'm independent, but there comes a time where reality kicks in, and when you're trying to save some money, moving in with a family member might be an option, or moving in with a friend, renting a room from them. These are different ways that you can save for your long-term goals. We know that this living arrangement is not permanent, but this is something that we've decided to do so that he can save some money and then I can save some money towards my early retirement as well. Number 6 is preparing your mindset. Now, this should be actually number 1, so I didn't put these in any kind of order, but you always want to be working on your mindset. It's very easily to get discouraged when you're on a journey towards a major goal in your life. So tap into some community. You know, when you come here and you watch my videos, feel free to leave some comments down below with the topic that we're talking about, just to share your thoughts. Sometimes that helps just to push you through, and someone else will tap in with the comments as well to encourage you to keep going with your goals. So it's all about being intentional. You know, how are you spending your money? How are you spending your time towards the goal that you're that you're trying to accomplish. Now, your steps may look totally different than mine. You may be in a different position than I am. Maybe you are able to retire to not work at all because you do have a pension, or you're going to be pulling your Social Security as well. Everybody's path is a little bit different. But the key point here is that we have to start somewhere. We have to start towards those future goals because it's not going to happen until we make it happen. I truly believe the hardest is just getting started. And once we get started, we can build our momentum. So I have a resource for you that will help you get started in your goals for this new year. It is a workbook and an audio that you can download, 5 simple steps to starting your goals. And it will take you through each process. It'll get you motivated to starting with just that one goal. So all of that information will be down below in the comments. I truly believe the first step in any goal is making a decision. When you truly decide on this is something that you want to do, there's something that clicks inside that gets you going and gets you moving forward. But you have to decide. It's almost like a light switch that you turn on, and that electricity starts to flow until that light bulb goes off. That's that moment of a decision that pushes you forward to keep you moving in a direction you need to go with your goals. So once again, some of the things that we've talked about is investing with intentions, whether that's stocks or your 401, 403B plan, getting comfortable with solo travel if that's how you're going to choose your early retirement, is to do some solo traveling. Make a list of some potential places that you want to visit. It gives you something to look forward to. You can look up these locations and go to their travel website to see what they have to offer in those particular cities. Get your documents together, whether it be retirement documents, your financial documents together, and also look at some long-term things, right? If you think you're going to need some potential home care in the future, definitely look into life insurance. These are documents you want to prepare so you don't have to think about it at the last minute when you really need them. Downsizing, whether you rent your home out, you sell your home. I have a second property that I am renting, and I am truly thinking about selling that property that will help me jumpstart my early retirement. You can, if you have a home that you're living in, you can rent it out. Downsize where you have the minimum furniture where they can come in, and it can be a home that they're renting, and you can up the price with your rental fee as well by doing it that way. So there's several options that you can take in your journey. And then the final one is just your mindset. Let's stay focused. Let's stay tuned in to some community. And those are some of the 6 videos that I have covered over the past 2025. I am so looking forward for the new year and some of the things that I want to start doing for myself, especially some solo traveling. So I'm so excited that I was able to book this new trip for the new year, and I'll be able to share that information with you during my next video. So I thank you all for joining me on this episode of Just Lovely Living. Happy New Year, everyone, and have a lovely day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.